Morning. Happy Thursday, December 4th, 2025. I am Manila Chan. Ted Rall will be joining us in just a second. He's fresh off of deprogram. You are tuned in, though, to the Ted Manila Information Show, TMI Show for short, because we bring you way too much information. We do it live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so please be sure to hit the like button, the follow, the subscribe, and the share button to help our little show continue to grow. Consider please becoming a $5 a month monthly subscriber to our channel. Producer Robbie says right out of the gates, we got a word from a sponsor already. I like that. So I'll buy Ted some potty time and do an ad. So go ahead and put that up, Robbie, and then we'll bring Ted in so he can get settled in. So we'll do our first ad. All right. First sponsor of the day. Still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped, only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold dark roast that hits hard, the smooth medium roast, and the vitality mushroom coffee for clean energy and laser focus, no crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin free, because who wants to drink toxins first thing in the morning? You have all day for that. And mold free. Moldy coffee sucks. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped with plastic, a frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions, and a black 1775 tumbler. $170 worth of coffee and gear, all yours for just 99 bucks. Perfect timing for Christmas. This is for the ones who've been watching 1775 blow up here on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. And spoiler alert from producer Robbie, he is a drinker of 1775 coffee. He says it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they are gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something just like Rumble does. And there is our buddy Ted Rall. All right. So with that, Ted, a couple of things we need to mention right out of the gates. The breaking news, I don't know if you guys saw that during deprogram, the breaking news that the FBI has made a J5 pipe bomb arrest. It's a man.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's a man.
Is it
not a woman?
Man or a man?
We don't know a lot or any disinformation. I gather because Kash Patel hasn't seen the files, because then he'd be tweeting about things and giving us either wrong information or misinformation or disinformation, or, you know, like the tweet drops out because he's like on the private jet to Nashville to visit his girlfriend. So I think Kash doesn't know yet, because we would have some more details if Kash knew. So I think he doesn't know. So I think somebody else put out the press release.
I think that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, I that's my assessment of Kash. So we're watching to see what that is. But one thing I did notice, Ted, was one of the zoomed in still images from the J5, you know, into the wee hours of J6, of the alleged pipe bomber, was their gait, the way they walked, and they had their foot, the way they. One foot in particular kind of, I don't know. Have you ever seen like what a clubfoot person walks like?
Yeah. Yes.
Like they kind of bend, like, and it's like there's something weird about the way this person walked. And that's what the image that the FBI shared with the press, that they zoomed in on the one foot.
So it was like, what's the word I'm looking here? So instead of forensics, it's podrensics. So it's footile recognition software.
It's petty.
Like, so it's like, you know, getting to the soul of the matter.
Yes. All those puns. So I don't know. The FBI has been hanging out in DC, like watching people's feet all day, just like monitoring to see if someone's foot went, like it was just, it's a weird, there was something weird about their gait. And I remember them saying that 5 years ago, was the person had a strange walk to them. possibly because of like a foot, a podi- podiatry issue, I guess. Maybe a club foot, Ted.
So
Maybe.
yeah, that was the name of a terrible punk club called Punk Clubfoot for real back in the
Oh
days.
no,
I swear. It's so
punks
bad.
be naming weird shit.
I mean,
Um,
is there some like woke word for clubfoot now that doesn't exist, that didn't exist back in the day?
I don't know. I mean, what do you call? Is clubfoot a derogatory term? I don't know if I'm even being derogatory. Am I being derogatory?
Well, these days it's very easy to be
I don't.
unintentionally derogatory.
I don't even know. I know it as a club foot. So I don't know what. Sorry. Sorry
Okay.
to all those if you have a club foot. I don't.
I mean,
I
how
don't
I don't
know.
even know how common this is. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look. We'll have Robbie look that up.
Yeah, Robbie, get on top of that.
How common is being born with a club foot? I just wonder, like, and if because obviously you'll need like special shoes, otherwise you will walk weird, like this pipe bomber. Anyway, other stuff happening around DC today, or with the Trump admin, RFK Jr.'s vaccine panel, the Health Secretary's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices could today vote to end universal Hep B vaccines at birth. I think I'm a fan. Um,
Okay.
Representative Henry Cuellar from Texas. Trump has pardoned him in the wee hours of the morning. He's a Texas Democrat, Ted. He was indicted last year on bribery charges on Biden's on his way out. If people remember Congressman Cuellar, he's Latino, and he was actually very pro border, like pro wall, pro like Trump style immigration policy. And so Trump believes that these bribery charges are drummed up against him. So he pardoned him today. Here's what Robbie found about clubfoot. Clubfoot, a congenital condition where a baby's foot turns inward and downward, affects about 1 in 1,000 newborns worldwide. Well, that's still a lot worldwide.
I wonder if
Prevalence
there's like,
rates,
do you think certain countries have like a huge prevalence of clubfoot?
a lot of clubfoot babies.
Everyone in Ecuador has it. And like no one in like North
In
Korea has it. Like something
In
like
the
that.
United States and UK, it occurs in roughly 1 in 1,000 babies annually. That's a lot, Ted. That means like 1 out of 1,000 babies born in America. That's a lot, having a club foot. Boys
Um,
are affected twice as often as girls, and about half those cases involve both feet. Bilateral clubfoot. So it is called clubfoot. Okay. Isolated clubfoot is most common, though it can rarely link to conditions like spina bifida. Thank you, Robbie. Uh, that's I feel like that's a lot. 1 out of every 1,000 births having a
yeah,
like
no,
a
that's
turn
no,
foot.
that's a sizable number. And the question, I mean, and do they have it the rest of their lives, or is it like you can get an
I don't
operation and then
know.
it's all fixed?
Do you know anyone with a club foot? I don't.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, not that I know of.
I did know a guy who had
Huh.
really nasty feet. This
I've seen some nasty.
we'll call him Dan because his name is Dan, and he had like, he was a great looking guy. He was the guy, like
But this is bar fight, Dan.
he was my, yeah, it is. And it was when I was when I he was my wingman. He was like, he looked exactly like Rob Lowe. Okay.
Wow.
Really good looking guy.
So handsome guy, but his feet were disgusting.
Like disgusting, like gnarly and nasty. His toenails would just fall off his feet.
Oh my God. His toenails wanted to run away
like
from his feet.
Yeah, his toenails were like, I'm out of here. I can't be around these feet. And so they would literally rot off. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. Like,
No,
why
that's got to be like fungus or something. Like, That's not
Yeah.
like a congenital ugly foot condition or
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was congenital or not, but he had the gnarliest, grossest feet I'd ever seen in my life. I was like,
did girls
he'd be a
ever like
challenge
forgive
if,
that
if he
because
had a
he's so
serious.
handsome?
You know, divorced multiple times. You know, probably the
Oh,
feet had a lot to do with it.
ew, ew.
Yeah. Do
Well,
you
yeah, I
take
don't.
these gross feet till
Oof.
death do you
I don't
part,
know.
or
Robbie
vomit?
Robbie sent another statistic. Which countries have the highest rate of
Oh, thank
clubfoot?
you, thank you.
Southeast Asia. So that's not one country, but
Oh, that's
the
your
general
people.
region. Yeah. Clubfoot of 1.8 per thousand births, followed by Africa at 1.31 per
Oh, so
thousand
there's
births.
not that much variation, really.
No. So it's still roughly 1 in 800 kids then in Asia can be born with.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the Chinese did the whole foot binding thing, so I don't think that helped.
That's not good for your feet. That's for sure.
But it's mostly boys. Well, that plays right into this whole thing because the alleged pipe bomber is supposedly a guy, but
With club
we
feet.
still with at least one club foot. That was the zoomed in image I saw of the person's foot.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in a regular sneaker and not like a Frankenstein shoe. So I'm so awful to these people. I'm so sorry.
I know. It's like, what did they ever do except try to
I'm
blow
so
up the
sorry.
DNC?
I
And
know.
and I don't want to look like I'm condoning violence, but if someone's looking to blow up the DNC, are they really necessarily a bad person?
Right. I'm like,
I mean, that's something.
Totally
I mean,
hate you.
they might be looking for Bernie Sanders. I mean, who
Like,
knows?
yeah, I don't know. So I have mixed feelings about this club-footed pipe bomber. So I
I have
want to see who
very,
they are.
very mixed feelings about this.
Yeah, this is now we're all the you know what, Ted? Like all the algorithms are gonna pick up on us talking about feet, and we're gonna get all like the foot fetish people
That could
clicking.
happen.
Robbie says stop talking about feet. Okay. I think people are just kind of grossed out by feet. Imagine a club foot. All right. So we'll leave that news there. Also, on Trump's Thursday schedule in the morning, the president is set to meet at the White House with counterparts from Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Also on his agenda this evening, the National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony at the Ellipse. And as far as Ukraine goes, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Special Son-in-Law Jared Kushner will meet
Is he a
with
special son-in-law? Like, does he have a club foot?
Yeah, I don't know because if Witkoff is a special envoy, then
But
like
is he a very special boy?
he's a very special boy. If your title is son-in-law, what business do you have doing international relations? That's like
That's a good
I don't know.
question. It's an excellent question, really.
So I'm gonna call his title, if Witkoff is special envoy, Kushner is special son-in-law. They're meeting with Ukrainian representatives in Miami today. Though Ukrainians really like Miami, Ted, because they were just there last week.
Yeah, that's true. It
And
must be the sun, not the drugs. What?
I hear they be partying down in Miami.
They might just be there for like the Haitian food, which is excellent. I mean,
yeah, there's
the goat and the cat and the dog.
That must be it. But no, I mean, truly, I've seen a lot of video. I mean, it's unverified, so I can't say for sure that's what I was looking at. But I've seen people confronting Ukrainian nationals who are wealthy that are partying down in Miami, rather than being conscripted for war.
Okay, so there's a word for these people. They're called intelligent. I mean,
or draft dodger.
Those are synonyms.
Draft dodger.
Yeah,
so there's that.
Draft dodger and intelligent.
But anyway, they're rich Ukrainians partying down in Miami.
They are.
While the poor schluppy ones are being dragged off into the meat grinder. So just pointing that out. But that's what I've seen on social media is allegedly these are young men young, wealthy Ukrainians partying in Miami and draft dodging. But I can't verify social media, so I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Let's hop to some of the news.
And remember, I have a hard out at 11 because
it's Thursday.
It's Thursday, and I've got Scott Stantis joining.
On standby.
We're going to be handicapped the midterm elections with Alice Giordano of Newsmax.
Will you guys be reporting on club feet?
We're probably
and the high prevalence.
We're going to avoid the gross foot thing because that's not the TMI show. We don't do too much information.
Yeah, this is TMI.
Yeah.
I've never even interviewed a person with a club foot, Ted. You've never, have you?
No, and I certainly don't think I've had sex with anyone with a club foot. I mean, I would.
Would you?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, look, I will admit that, like, so do you know, like,
oh my God,
I like, do you ever have like regrets about like, like, oh, like, I never had sex with. Is this true? No, it's not true. I was going to say there's certain types of people I've never had sex with. I've never had sex with a handicapped person, like a person like with, say, like a quadriplegic, and I've always kind of wanted to, just for the experience, and it's kind of like
I've never thought about it. So
really, you never have like a list of like ethnicities that you're like, you go down. Okay, I had this, I didn't have that. I had this, I didn't have that.
No,
girls,
I've never.
Do you think that's a girl thing, and like girls don't, guys don't think about that?
I think guys do that. I don't think girls do that. Like,
or like, oh, I've had like older, I've had younger. Like you don't think about stuff like that. Or poor, rich.
No, it's not like a list of like, I'd like to try that flavor.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese menu. One from column A, one from column B.
No, I don't know. I can't speak for all women, but I don't think any of my girlfriends have. So, like, we've never discussed it. Like, I would like to try this kind, or I would like, no. Like, I would like to try a rich guy. I want to fetishize a homeless guy in his box. Like, no.
I've been a homeless guy having sex, so that's different.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think women tend. I'm not saying all women, and that maybe some women might have that list of like they want to check off like these different flavors, but no one I know has done that. So I don't know.
See, I have to think that there's some women who are into that.
Oh, I'm sure. There is. I'm sure. Like I said, my girlfriends and I just sitting around at coffee shops or cafes in downtown LA, we would look sometimes and see hot guys, and we'd be like, we'd play homeless or hipster.
H or H. HVH.
Because you don't know. In LA, that's the look, right? Like you're all raggedy, like that's the looks.
That's hilarious.
So we didn't know. And either way, it was probably not of interest to hook up with a literal homeless man on the street.
Either H. You were H-less. You were anti-H.
Hipster or homeless. Yeah, hipster, that's another conversation. I'm so glad that hipster era is over. Let me just say it's very over. All right, let's get to the news. All right, first things first, Ted. This is something that you and I care about, and everyone should, because you're all going to get old. I hate to break it to you. Oh, but Ted, this study and the story after this that you're going to do, I told you you're not considered old yet. You can't say you're old yet. You're still middle age. How about that?
Is that true? Good.
Yeah, according to these scientific studies. So I'll tell you why. A major new study is putting fresh weight behind a simple idea. Staying active in midlife and later years may be one of the most powerful tools we have to prevent dementia. A long-running U.S. research project now revealing just how big that benefit may be. Here's the story. A landmark analysis from the Framingham, is it Framingham or Framingham? Framingham Heart Study, which has tracked thousands of Americans for decades, shows that regular physical activity in middle age and beyond, right? So like 40 and beyond, can dramatically reduce the risk of dementia. Researchers followed more than 4,200 adults and compared their lifetime activity levels across 3 stages of life: early adulthood, midlife, and late life. To their surprise, exercise in early adulthood didn't appear to influence dementia risk later on. Instead, the biggest payoff came from staying active starting in your 40s and continuing into your 60s and beyond. How big a payoff? People who were among the most active in midlife saw about a 40% reduction in dementia risk. Those who stayed active in late life saw even stronger protection, around 45% lower risk compared to their least active peers. Importantly, these effects held up even after accounting for education, blood pressure, diabetes, and other major health factors. In other words, activity itself seems to be doing the heavy lifting.
Mm.
Genetics also played a role. For adults who carry the I guess they call it the APO4 gene, APOE, APO4 gene, a major risk factor in Alzheimer's. Staying active later in life still offered real benefits. Midlife activity helped mostly non carriers, but late life exercise protected both groups. So, what's going on inside the brain? Scientists point to several likely reasons: improved blood flow, reduced inflammation, better neural repair, and possibly slowing down the buildup of harmful proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. So, in short, exercise helps keep the brain's maintenance systems running smoothly. The broader message is clear: it's never too late to start. Even modest routines, they say, walking, swimming, light cardio in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, may lead to meaningful protections later in life. Researchers say more work is needed to understand exactly how activity shapes long term brain health. But for now, the evidence points to one simple key takeaway: staying active as we age isn't just good for the heart, it could be one of the strongest defenses against dementia. So,
Mm.
Ted, the study, just so people know, this is like a seriously long study. It began in 1948. They plucked 5,000 adults aged 30 and over from the town of Framingham, Massachusetts,
Hmm.
uh, to investigate long-term risk factors for cardiovascular disease.
Mm.
Then in 1971, a second generation, they got more than 5,000 adult children of that original cohort from 1948. So now the grown children of those people, and some of their spouses joined in on this study. So it's a multi-generational study. They enrolled. That was really cool. And they considered young adulthood 26 to age 44, midlife 45 to 64, older adult 65 and over. So there you go. You're not considered older adult yet. Got a couple more years, young Teddy.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
feel that young.
well, I don't either at middle age, but look, I I find that the most fascinating was people, they were basically saying whatever you do in your 20s, like exercise wise, 20s and 30s, doesn't even really count. That's what they're saying. It doesn't play a role in lowering the plaque buildup in your brain for dementia and Alzheimer's, that it counts the most when you hit middle age. I
So
think
that's
that's really
good.
fascinating. Yeah. So Ted and I were talking
So
about doing,
basically, what you
our
really want
New
to do
Year's
is
stuff.
rest up until you're like 40.
Yes, start power walking at the mall after 40.
Yeah,
That's,
if the mall still exists, which it likely
well,
does not.
oh, Ted and I mourn the mall a lot. It's
Oh
a
my
Gen
God,
X place.
the dead malls are they're spooky. I never. I mean, the mall was kind of always. I'll tell you, the best malls, and you're gonna. This will warm the cockles of your California heart, Manila, are in California because they're
The
indoor
best
outdoor.
ones? Oh, yes. Yes, we do. We have those big plaza, but that's because our weather, there's no inclement
Well,
weather.
yeah, that's
So,
right. But that's still objectively better.
yeah. But we don't, you know what, we in California, even though we had like beautiful plazas and these big malls like you're talking about, indoor outdoor, um as a California kid, when the Mall of America opened,
Oh, in
Is in
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and they had a roller coaster in there.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, as a teenage kid, I was looking at the news and going, "Oh man, they have the biggest mall in the world, and they have a roller coaster in the mall. Like you can get your hot dog on a stick and ride a roller coaster." Like,
True.
man, we didn't have that in California,
You did not.
but they have sucky winters, and
That's true.
all the Somalians.
Somalis.
Oh, the Somalis. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, that Trump is
But Trump calls them garbage.
icing. Yes, that's right. Trump is icing all of them, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. Maybe they should hunker down in the Mall of America.
They could. It could be like that Day of the Dead, or is it Dawn of the Dead? One of the two that takes place in the mall.
They hunker down.
Well, they're in the mall, and it's like,
yeah. So
it's considered
that's
one of the better
happening.
ones.
So Ted, I think it's great that you are still considered young, no, midlife. We're both in midlife. And that now is the time to start exercising.
Well, I actually do exercise. I'm actually pretty I'm not a jock or anything, but I exercise.
No, but they say this is what helps, and it's the cardiovascular exercise. That's what the long version of this story that you guys can go look up. It's basically saying do cardio, like do swimming, do aerobics, do whatever. So if you want to not have Alzheimer's, do that in middle age. And I would say most of our listeners and viewers are in our age group, Ted. They're like middle-aged folks, so it's not too late. So even just go out for that walk. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just go.
And by the way, I'm joking
active.
about waiting. You can totally. You don't have to wait. You can, if you're 20, you can exercise now. It's fine.
That's true, but the study shows that being like a jock in your 20s and 30s has no impact. Like if you were to stop being a jock at 39, let's say, and you do nothing else, all that health routine fitness and all that stuff you did in your 20s and 30s means jack shit when you hit 70 and you get Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's sort of the opposite of like, like if you were a sun worshiper and you spent too much time in the sun when you were young. Yeah. It doesn't really matter if you start being careful when you're 50, there's no point.
That's exactly it. It's like the inverse of that. So if you have a fit, healthy lifestyle when you're young, keep it up. But the main takeaway is at middle age, if you haven't been fit and active before, you should now. Yeah, that's the takeaway. All right. Oh, should I I got to hit the jaws for the next story.
All right, if you feel like you're still waiting for your brain's adult mode to kick in, new research from the University of Cambridge might explain why. Scientists analyzed brain scans of 3,800 people aged 0 to 90 to see how neural networks change over your lifetime. They identified 4 turning points at which there are significant shifts in how we process information. Those points separate 5 distinct epochs or phases. Looking back, many of us feel our lives have been characterized by different phases. Turns out that brains also go through these eras, senior author Duncan Assel said in a news release. During the first era, childhood, birth to age 9, your brain's synapses are refined while the brain grows and matures. Next comes the adolescent phase, from 9 to 32, or if you're American, 100, marked by a steady increase in cognitive performance and efficiency. At age 32, the strongest topological turning point of the lifespan occurs, ushering in adult mode. This is the longest phase, characterized by a stable plateau in intelligence and personality. The last 2 eras are early aging, while white matter gradually starts to degenerate around the age of 66, and late aging taking shape around 83. This information provides greater clarity on how patterns of change affect neurological development, cognitive disorders, and mental health. Assel said, understanding that the brain's structural journey is not a question of steady progression, but rather one of a few major turning points will help us identify when and how its wiring is vulnerable to disruption. That's fascinating, Manila, because like one of the things that we tend to think of, for example, evolution, Darwinian evolution, as being pretty much a steady line, but it's not. It happens in fits and starts. Like, so species basically stay the same, and then suddenly, boom, things evolve, change, mutate very quickly. And so similarly with your health, basically things putter along, and then suddenly there's a radical change. That's what this is. That's what this seems to indicate.
The Big Bang.
Also, politically, I can't help but think of the fact that the current president turns 80 this month. And
he's a December baby?
I believe so. I could be mistaken about that. Let's see, Trump birthday. And he's 79. Oh, I lied. He turns 80 in June. Couple of weeks before the sesquicentennial, the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Anyway, but still, the point is he's almost 83. And so you have to be thinking that he is likely to be, or might even already be, going through the beginnings of this big cognitive change.
Sure.
So.
Oh, sure. Because Joe Biden was, what, when he left office, 83? 82. Well, I mean.
Well, he would have been. Well, yeah, when he left office, he was 82. Yeah. I keep thinking that he resigned, but he didn't. He should have, but he didn't.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's 83. Obviously, it's not a hard and fast number for everybody, but it's, going to be plus or minus a few, years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
83 is kind of that target number, and maybe a couple before, maybe a few after. There are outliers, obviously. There are outliers for everything, but this is generally, like, I thought you would like all this brain stuff, because
I love brain stuff.
Our brains, how we work, and I thought this was really interesting. Is that there's only these few phases in life, these epochs.
Mm-hmm. Or
but like
epoch.
Epoch. What, instead of chameleon, is it
one of those
also
words
chameleon?
We have a lot of words that don't look like they should. They don't sound like they should, and that's epic. Is one of them.
I know, epoch. Epic. It's a terrible. Anyway, just thought this is Thursday interesting science news. I guess we're going with that theme. All right. Let's go into weird science, Ted, with the next story. Ooh. Okay, here's why it's weird science. So the search for the wreckage of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 will resume on the 30th of December. I feel like that's an odd day that they're like almost New Year's Eve. We'll just
what?
Like, why? All right.
I'm really confused about this story, but keep reading. All right.
Okay. Anyway. So over a decade ago, it's been over a decade since the aircraft with 239 people on board vanished. Malaysian authorities said.
Sort of. That's the confusing part. Okay, sort of vanished.
This fresh search, which will run for 55 days. So
not 50, not 54.
Not 50. Not 60. Not 51.
Not 56.
55. Right. So the 30th of December it starts, and it'll go 55 days.
Mm-hmm.
Had begun in March, but was suspended shortly after because of poor weather conditions.
Of course.
Okay. They said, quote, the latest development underscores the commitment to providing closure to the families affected by this tragedy.
The belated commitment. Let's put it that way.
It's been over 10 years. The Malaysian Transport Ministry said on Wednesday, according to local media, flight MH370, a Boeing 777, disappeared back in 2014 while traveling from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing and sparked the largest search in aviation history. Exploration firm Ocean Infinity is leading the current search under a no find, no fee arrangement. It will receive $70 million or 56 million pounds if the wreckage is found, according to the Transport Minister Loke Siu Fook. Okay, so Mr. I assume is Mr. Fook, Transport Minister Fook. Fook. I'm not making this up. His name is Transport Minister spook that. Spook. So Minister Fook said, we're going to give you a reward. If you don't find it, like you get nothing. Zip, zilch, zero. So Ocean Infinity is who's going to be looking for the wreckage. They're so certain, I guess, that they, with, of their abilities, that they believe they're going to get the $70 million reward. Previous attempts include a multinational search involving 60 ships, 50 aircraft from 26 countries, which ended in 2017, and a 2018 effort by the same company, Ocean Infinity, ended after 3 months. Flight MH370 lost contact with air traffic control less than an hour after takeoff on the 8th of March, 2014, and radar showed it had deviated from its original flight path. It remains one of the greatest aviation mysteries, which continues to haunt the families of those on board. Over the years, many had called for a new search, noting their struggle to find closure. The incident has also given rise to a host of conspiracy theories, including speculation that the pilot had deliberately brought down the plane or that it had been hijacked. An investigation in 2018 found that the plane's controls were likely deliberately manipulated to take it off course, but drew no conclusions behind it. Investigators said at the time that, quote, the answer can only be conclusive if the wreckage is found. So, thoughts, Ted? Like, what do you think happened to this thing?
Well, you might remember, so this was a big mystery, and because a lot has happened between now and then, like a pandemic and a couple of Trumps and stuff.
Couple of Trumps.
People have forgotten. Do you remember there was a Netflix special that alleged that the plane had been hijacked and taken to Kazakhstan to a secret landing strip?
No.
Oh yeah.
Netflix had a special about it?
Yeah. And I mean, there was there were lots of conspiracy theories about this. Now, I have a slightly personal connection to this story, because do you know about the Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean? So there's an
heard
island
of this. Reunion Island, yes.
It's called Réunion, Île de Réunion. It is a French island. It's sort of like its status is analogous to Guadeloupe or Martinique. It's a French colony. It's it's an island east of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. I was invited to something I really am very sad I never got to attend, a cartoonists festival on Île de Réunion, sponsored by the French Ministry of Culture. And I was very excited about getting to go there because it's a very beautiful...
So the French recognize you as one of theirs?
No, they recognized me as just... No, they were inviting cartoonists from all over the world. France is the most supportive country in the world for cartooning. Like cartoonists are like rock stars there. Like if you appear, like if you do a book signing and you're like an Indonesian cartoonist and you do a book signing, it's very likely the mayor of the city will come and meet you and take you out for dinner and stuff. I mean, they just love cartoonists. You're rock stars there. The biggest cartoon festival in the world takes place there at Angoulême. Over 150,000 to 200,000 people come to this like week and a half long festival. The street names are named after famous cartoonists. Cartoons are on all the city buses. I had one of mine on one side of one of the buses. So the point is, it's like Cartoon Central. The French love cartooning. So anyway,
so they invite you to this thing.
So they invited me to this event. And at the last minute, it got canceled because some wreckage from the Malaysia flight washed up at Île de Réunion on the beach. And the locals were such delicate snowflakes in a place, ironically, where it's too hot to snow, like on a volcanic island. They were so sad, they went into like a state of deep mourning. And they were like, we can't have any events. So they canceled it. Never to be rescheduled. And so the point is... I didn't know
that's where that wreckage washed up was.
It was there.
Okay.
So
I didn't know it was that island.
So the thing is, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, you're searching for it. Like, you found it. It's already been found.
But it was only like a small chunk, like, I don't know, the size of like an encyclopedia.
No, it was like a wing or something.
A few things washed up. I think I remember the footage like
No
from news.
question. I mean, it was like
Yeah.
there was
So
no doubt that like there was identifying markers like the tail number or something on there. I mean, that's the plane. Okay, we
I
know what
remember
happened
there
to
was
it.
stuff scattered.
It's not sitting on an airstrip in Almaty. Okay,
No, I
it's.
never thought that. I
Mhm.
thought for sure it went down. There were okay, what I do remember from 2014 was I don't know if it was Wolf Blitzer or some other some other fun anchor at CNN, and CNN must have been trying out their new graphics department capabilities, 10, 11 years ago,
Mm,
because they had the anchor standing in like this what I know to be a green room, right? Like
mm,
and they put the graphics of like the Indian Ocean and shit on the ground and
mm,
like a
mhm.
fake airplane flying above him and
Of
then it like
course.
goes down and they did this whole like crazy graphics package and it just seemed really ridiculous. But anyway, there was speculation they were talking about people like saying that maybe it was like a covert military like alien thing that zapped them up and took them away. Like, I don't know. There was all kinds of stuff. There was like new Bermuda Triangle conversations,
Well,
right? Like
yeah,
it
the
went into this
Kazakhstan
warp.
part stuff was part of that.
Kazakhstan was part of a Bermuda Triangle type
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, exactly. It was like sort of like, oh, who took it?
Kazakhstan.
What happened to it?
So when you
Why?
disappear, you end up in
I think the
Kazakhstan.
implication was that the dirty Ruskies stole it.
I think so too. Like if there's
Because
like
when in
any
doubt, well,
Soviet era.
sometimes I suffer from postnasal drip. I blame Vladimir Putin.
Oh,
Um,
I just saw a BBC thing. There was somebody that was poisoned of some sort. BBC said, um, I don't remember who they're quoting because these are British names that famous people or politicians that I'm not super familiar with. But they were saying most definitely those are the fingerprints of Vladimir Putin because somebody was poisoned.
uh, obviously,
Obviously, obviously, Ted. Only the Russians know how to poison.
right? Yeah,
There's 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 no people that have like arsenic or whatever rat poison or nobody. Only the Russians do the poisoning. Evil Russians.
yeah.
Uh,
They be poisoners.
they'd
I
be
mean,
some
it is
poisoners.
true that they are partial to poison. I mean, they do, they do like their poisoning.
Yeah, but you know what, Ted? At least
I can't believe I've never poisoned anyone. It just feels like I'm missing
I
out.
know.
Everyone else is doing it. Why not me?
I know it seems very popular, and you know what I
I
appreciate
can
about the
think of a few
poisoning.
people I might want to poison.
Oh, I
I
could
bet
think
you
of a
probably have
few.
a pretty good idea who I have in mind too.
I, mm, who you have in mind? Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes, back home.
you
People
can
back
think.
home.
Yeah, yeah,
People back home. That
like
yeah,
that. Like not in
yeah,
Russia.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
Russians are safe from my poisoning
But you know what I
fantasies.
appreciate about poisoning though, Ted? I think it's so much more exacting and targeted.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah, nobody's ever been accidentally. I guess you could accidentally
Mass
be like,
mass po
"Oh my god, that's such a beautiful cruller. Can I have some?" And it's like
right.
then the next thing you know,
Hum.
you're the.
And
I
you're like,
guess that
"Ah!"
could. I'm sure people have been accidentally poisoned that way, but it doesn't happen very often, right? Like
No, but
basically,
there's no,
the
like,
person who it's the person
mass
who's
poisoning casualty event. Like, there's no carpet bombing of poisoning,
there's
right,
no
like the
double
US
tap
does.
poisoning.
No, no. So, I feel like, if you're poisoning, I feel like that's a much more m if you're gonna take somebody out, that's a much more measured approach.
Agreed.
I'm just saying, and probably, I would
It's not like we're
maybe
approving of it or anything like
no,
that.
I'm
Like,
just
don't
saying.
poison anyone, please.
No, I don't agree with hurting anyone, but because governments do take
But if
measures
it's gonna
to
happen
kill
anyway,
people,
yeah,
I'm just saying if the government is going to take measures to kill people that it wants offed,
which it does, which
I
governments
think this
always
is
be
better.
doing.
It's better than, when like for example, when Israel bombs an entire hospital because they said there's a Hamas guy in there getting stitches.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I really do have like a
So,
serious hatred and contempt for bombing because it's so
yeah,
indiscriminate.
that's what I'm saying. So, poisoning be very discriminate. So, Sir Bikes a Lot, thank you for the donation. Sir Bikes a Lot says, as the body goes, so does the mind. I look at the forced addiction to driving a car, and then I look who's been in the White House since 2016. There's definitely a cause there. And Sir Bikes a Lot, I think Sir Bikes a Lot is somebody that bikes a lot.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
So Sir
As
Bikes
am
a Lot.
So good to. Thanks for
That's
the
true.
donation.
So Sir Bikes a Lot probably is working off that plaque buildup in the brain from the earlier story. So I want to get into bicycling, but I just can't. Like, I hate the bicycle seat. I can't find a seat that, like, I don't know what to
especially
do.
ladies have, for obvious reasons, issues
Yeah.
with that. So there are,
Just not.
there's
I've tried
different
to.
kinds. There's different
I've
kinds.
tried a couple.
Have you
I
tried the
just
smushy
can't.
kinds?
I don't
The hard
know.
ones are not good for women.
I do not. Yeah, and I
Don't
have
do
like
the,
a
don't do
really
the.
nice.
I
Oh,
personally
what's the brand?
favor a
Marin?
hard leather seat, but get the smushy gel ones, or go
But I
try
have like
it.
an.
Go to the
I got a
bike
nice like
shop.
Marin. Is that what it's called? Marin or Marin? A Marin, Marin.
There's different kinds.
There's a nice brand called Marin, I think, that I got for Christmas several years ago.
Well, is it
because
hard
I
or
wanted.
soft?
It's hard, and then I tried to change the seat.
That's not
Still
going to work
not
for you.
comfortable.
No, it's not good.
It's not. It's just not comfortable. So I'm like, ugh, it just hangs in my garage, like. So I'm kind of bummed. I did used to like cruising around on a beach cruiser in Santa Monica. That's cool. But
Yeah,
I don't have that.
That's not real
here.
biking.
I know. I don't have that here. So
yeah, but I mean, I would say definitely, no, I think try the gel seat. Like, go to the store, they'll let you try it, and then then you'll know for sure. You'll know right away as soon as you sit down.
So I really just need. There's an ass for every seat, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't gone to sit around on lots of seats, but maybe I'll take that up again in the spring, try to find a good seat. But yes, to fight off, because now I'm middle-aged and I need to fight off the plaque in my brain.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with MH370, but I know all the crazy. I don't know. I want to see what the Rumble room is saying about that. Rumble's not showing me Rumble. That's weird.
What do you mean? Rumble's been a little quirky today.
I have a blank screen. I can't see what the Rumble.
Yesterday was X's turn.
Oh, was it?
I think the whole internet is.
Thank you.
The whole internet is tied together with duct tape and baling wire.
Matina says, "I agree about the bike seat, Manila. Yeah, this is like made for like."
But I just offered you a solution, and you ladies.
I'm gonna go. I'll go look. But like, I've tried 3. I've installed 3 different seats, and it's not the one that came with it. And then they're hard-ish, and some the ones I got that I tried to replace with, they said they were soft, and they're not.
Gel, GEL, gel. Go for it. I
haven't tried gel, I guess.
Okay. Then you'll be gelling like Magellan. Just do it. You'll like it.
Nobody has I'm looking to see in the Rumble chat if anybody thinks anything about MH370. It went down in the ocean for sure. But was it like
I think
pilot suicide?
I think it could be a suicide by pilot, like that guy, like the German.
The German
who crashed the plane in the Alps.
Yeah.
And or it could be like the golfer, Peyton Manning, right? Who the gas
golfer Peyton Manning's a football player.
Oh, sorry. Who's the golfer? The famous golfer who's who
did what?
It filled up. The gas filled up in his in his private plane, and it was just flying across the country before it ultimately just went down.
Oh, I don't know that story.
It was a while ago.
Some kind of like noxious gas?
Yeah. Gas filled. Yeah, exactly. Like carbon monoxide kind of thing.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't know that story. Well,
it's got to be one of those 2 things. It has to be. What else could
you think
it be?
It was? Well, all the like my tinfoil hat peeps out there in the 4chan world, they be saying, like zapped up by aliens, or you've flown into a ripple of like that tear in the time-space continuum.
Philadelphia experiment.
It's the tear in the time-space continuum, and there's like that
Okay,
spot.
then how come the tear in the time-space continuum kicked up a bunch of crap onto Ile
Shit at
Reunion?
Reunion.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
but here's the thing. Then where's the rest? Where's the fuselage? Where are the bodies? Where are the seats? Where are
At the bottom of the fucking Indian Ocean. It's a big. There are deep trenches in the Indian Ocean.
So I don't know. I mean, it can't be obliterated to smithereens. The same questions remain, like with the plane that went into the Pentagon. Where are all the seats and the other wreckage and
Are you kidding? The Pentagon is WPA reinforced concrete with multiple layers of rebar. The plane comes in at like 400 miles per hour. It fucking disintegrated. It burned up and exploded. It all burned with the seats.
There's like nothing. So the same way the MH370 plane has vanished, there's nada about the Pentagon plane also. Like no seats, no luggage, no, child's Barbie doll.
People are like, oh, but then at the same time, then it's like, well, we did find like the guy's Mohammed Atta's passport or whatever.
That was outside of 9/11 at the Twin Towers. All right, we got one more we got to do real quick as a funny before you hop over with Scott Stantis. So we'll get to that, Ted. This is for once Ted got a poop story, not me.
All right,
I didn't pick it.
Here we go. The cops in New Zealand are waiting for nature to work its magic after a man allegedly tried to smuggle a 33,000 New Zealand dollar, that's 19,000 US, pendant out of a jewelry store by swallowing it. The 32-year-old dude, who has not been publicly named, is accused of eating an ornate Fabergé octopus pendant at Partridge Jewelers in Auckland on November 28th. Evidence of the theft has yet to emerge, however. At the time of his arrest, he underwent a medical assessment, and an officer is assigned to constantly monitor the man, Inspector Gray Anderson said in a statement. At this stage, the pendant has not been recovered. The man was arrested inside the store minutes after the theft. He appeared in the Auckland District Court on November 29th, where he did not enter a plea. The alleged loot was a limited edition Fabergé egg pendant inspired by the 1983 Bond film Octopussy. Can you imagine? There was once a time when a major Hollywood film could be called Octopussy. Central to the film's plot is a jewel smuggling operation that involves a fake Fabergé egg. The store's website says the egg, only 50 of which have been made, but now down to 49, is crafted from gold, painted with green enamel. So if you've seen it in someone's large intestine, please call the police. Is crafted from gold, painted with green enamel, and encrusted with 183 diamonds and 2 sapphires. The pendant is 8.4 centimeters, 3.3 inches for you Americans tall, and mounted on a stand. The egg opens to reveal an 18-karat yellow gold octopus nestled inside, adorned with white diamond suckers and black diamond eyes. An item description said, the octopus surprise pays homage to the eponymous antagonist at the center of the Octopussy film. Time and digestion will tell if another octopus surprise is forthcoming. Given that the man is in police custody, we have a duty of care to continue monitoring him, given the circumstances of what has occurred. The police said the accused man is due to appear in court again December 8th. How long could it stay in there? I really wish we had a digestive expert to address this issue. I mean, can he keep, let's say, how long can the cops keep him? Let's say it's been like 2 months. It hasn't come out. Can you safely say, okay, it's not in there?
No, because you just have to x-ray his belly. So November 29th.
Yeah, why don't they x-ray him and just find out?
Okay, it's November. He did this November 29th. Today's December 4th.
So it's been a week.
Almost a week. It should have moved down.
It should have come out by now, right?
And there would be damage to the item, I would say, Ted, because of the stomach acids.
Well, maybe.
To the enamel, at least, because the stomach acid is like serious.
That's true. Mm-hmm. But I imagine it'll emerge just as tasteless in decor as it was when it went out.
Gross. But Ted, I need to point out, I'm shocked, amazed, impressed even. If this thing is 3.5 inches tall and mounted on a stand, how did the dude swallow?
Manila, I'm with you. I mean, I can barely swallow. You know, when a pill is larger than
Yeah,
average.
some of my vitamins are like big, like thumb size, and I'm like,
Yeah,
how do you swallow 3.5 inches?
that's a good fucking
Don't
question.
people don't make jokes. Don't make jokes.
Um,
Uh, yeah. Okay.
well,
So,
swallowing it completely though.
yeah, that's a different, going down your throat. Like, seriously, how do you not suffocate, like choke? People choke on a lot less.
It's a little crazy for sure.
So I don't go. Why has New Zealand not x-rayed this guy's belly? All right, that's that. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Ted, are you guys live, you and Scott?
Yeah, we're live, so
Stay tuned.
we be rating this sucker. Okay,
So please stay tuned for Scott and Ted's DMZ America
I think,
podcast.
by the way, we might not be on Rumble Live. I think we're just going to be on
Oh,
YouTube Live because we had some sort of glitch.
yeah, there's been some tech weirdness. All right, so that be it. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll be back Friday. We'll be talking about shopping because it's the holidays. With our buddy Bubba Horowitz is joining us to talk
Ooh, exciting! Long time
shipping.
no speak.
Yeah. So have a great Thursday. Have a good show, Ted.
Thanks,
Everyone,
Noah.
see you tomorrow.
See you
Adios,
tomorrow.
amigos.
Bye.
Thank you for being here. Bye.